Breaking benchmark in Alberta. A newborn dies after contracting measles. Political endorsement.
Has taken the unprecedented step of endorsing these 10 candidates for office.
Calgary's police union backs a slate of candidates. And too many dogs in need of a good home.
We've impounded over 1,000 dogs already in 2025. Our priority right now is to find these dogs a great home.
A bargain at Calgary's animal shelter.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Camilla DiGiuseppe.
Good evening. Alberta has its first measles death, and it's a baby born prematurely after the mother contracted the highly contagious disease. This is only the second such case in Canada this year. Alberta Health confirmed the death today through its online tracking system. Health Minister Adriana LaGrange offered condolences to the family and reminded Albertans that babies, expectant mothers, and immunocompromised individuals face the greatest risks from the virus. Since March, Alberta has recorded more than 1,900 cases, the highest rate per capita in North America, including 152 hospital stays and 15 ICU admissions. It's not known if this latest death involved an individual who wasn't vaccinated, but with low immunization rates driving case counts higher, doctors are seeing extra strain on Alberta hospitals.
This is labor intensive. It is exhausting for healthcare professionals, even to diagnose a suspect case who may not be infected. All of those resources have to be deployed. And we are seeing continual exhaustion, burnout, as well as substantial frustration when they're dealing again with diseases or viruses that 15 years ago were beat here in the province and essentially didn't exist.
The other death reported in June also involved a premature infant in Ontario while infected in the womb. As of last month, only about 68% of Alberta children had received 2 measles doses by the age of 2. A hitman was sentenced for murder today in a botched contract killing that left a Calgary woman dead and her husband, the intended target, seriously injured. A judge gave Michael Arnold life in prison with no chance of parole for 18 years for second-degree murder and 16 years for attempted murder in the double shooting 3 years ago. As Terry Fikowski reports, the deadly ambush was captured on video.
A brazen early morning shooting in Calgary's quiet Evergreen community captured on a doorbell video. Michael Arnold, disguised as a construction worker walking a dog, approaches a Bentley backing out of a driveway on August 2022 before pulling out a gun and firing inside on the unsuspecting couple. 31-year-old Nikita Barron was struck in the chest and killed, but court heard Arnold didn't know she was in the car. His target was her husband, Talal Fuani, who was shot in the face and survived. Court heard Arnold was hired, though it remains unclear by who, to kill Fuani, who was charged just weeks before in a money laundering investigation. Arnold was sentenced to a minimum of 18 years in prison before he will be eligible to apply for parole. The judge cited his lengthy criminal history and the degree of planning in the contract killing.
We want to ensure that communities understand that this is taken very seriously and that when somebody's hired to kill somebody, that there's a strong denunciatory message, and we believe that has been sent by the court.
The judge also considered the impact on Fuani and the victim's family, who attended sentencing, and noted what she called Arnold's genuine remorse. A memorial social media for Barron calls for forgiveness, saying it's the best way to honor her legacy of love and strength. Arnold did not address the court, which he attended via video. He will serve both sentences for second-degree murder and attempted murder simultaneously. Terry Fikowski, CTV News, Calgary.
Concern about crime is a big factor in Calgary Foundation's annual Quality of Life survey. More people are worried about safety and about affordability, but there is a lot of optimism too. Kevin Green has more.
66% of residents surveyed rate the quality of life in Calgary as good or excellent, up from last year. Nearly 9 in 10 told the Calgary Foundation's Quality of Life survey the city is a good place to live.
It's when you sort of peel back that surface layer that's when you start to see the gaps.
The biggest of those gaps, affordability, especially in housing. 7 in 10 renters saw their monthly rent rise in the past year. 1 in 5 missed a payment.
So more Calgarians told us they were able to find appropriate and affordable housing. But also more Calgarians told us that they're needing to make sacrifices when it comes to making those payments.
The report also found 28% of Calgarians used community food supports in the past year, up 8 points from 2024. Nearly half of parents said they skipped meals so their children could eat, and 88% of residents reported changing their lifestyles just to afford groceries.
Our fastest growing demographic at the Calgary Food Bank is working poor. They've got a job, they're paying the mortgage, they're paying for their car payments, they're paying for their insurance and everything else. And at the end of the month, that bottom line, that grocery line, there's just not enough left.
Young people are the least confident about their future in the city. 35% of those aged 18 to 24 say they expect to leave Calgary in the next 5 years.
I feel like a lot of my friends say that they don't want to live here or they've already moved.
In terms of being here in 5 years, I'm not too sure, depending on opportunities as well as the job market.
Safety is another big concern. While most men feel confident in their neighborhoods after dark, only half of women do. And downtown, confidence plunges. Just 27% of Calgarians overall feel safe in the core at night, 41% of men, but only 13% of women, and just 7% of seniors.
I'm a big guy. I'm 220, I'm 6 foot. I teach martial arts. Once that sun sets, I don't like being outside. Yeah, in downtown Calgary, it's really, really sketchy.
Despite the challenges, civic pride remains high. 87% of respondents said they're proud to say they're Calgarians, and a greater number, over 90%, said they're proud to call themselves Canadians. Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
Many Calgary families are in a panic as teachers prepare to go on strike Monday. One tutoring facility is experiencing a surge in calls, and they aren't the only ones bracing as the Chamber of Commerce speaks out on the implications of a strike. Tyler Barrow has more.
Friday could mark the last day of classes for who knows how long as a teacher strike feels imminent.
It's not if a strike happens, when the strike happens on Monday.
The province is asking teachers to return to the negotiating table. The union says it's open to meeting, but so far there's been no movement. On Monday, nearly 90% of ATA members rejected the province's latest offer, which included a 12% wage increase over 4 years, along with funding for 3,000 new teachers and 1,500 education assistants.
Teachers have rejected that because we know that 3,000 teachers is just a drop in the bucket of what is needed out there in the province.
In response, the province says the ATA will need to be clear on what their members want and be prepared to provide an offer that would address those interests in a reasonable settlement. The ATA says it wants a clear formula to determine the best ratio of students to teachers, saying some students have complex needs and require more time and attention.
That was things or solutions that we put forward in terms of bargaining that was rejected by government. They just don't want to do that. They don't want to do a class size cap.
The consequences of a strike are being felt here at Scholars, a tutoring facility. On a busy day, it teaches 22 session hours. Next week, it's expecting 30.
Everyone is just in a panic state, especially with high school students.
Meanwhile, brown bagging for Calgary's kids is bracing for the strike. It provides nearly 8,000 lunches a day to kids at more than 290 schools across the city. It's planning to set up centers families can pick up food from.
Our goal is to have at least a couple locations where folks can get food in every quadrant of the city.
And as students have nowhere to go, childcare is top of mind, which has businesses fearful for a staff shortage.
Particularly for frontline services, when parents don't have alternatives other than caring for their kids because they're at home due to a teacher's strike.
Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Calgary.
The latest big pipeline proposal out of Alberta is being called a non-starter by many BC First Nations. Just one day after a push by our province to jumpstart a new bitumen pipeline to the coast, the opposition is already mounting. Tim Brooke has more.
While she pushes to build a pipeline through northern BC, some First Nations leaders have a message for Alberta's premier.
My message to her is go home, stay home, forget about it. Not going to happen.
Some Indigenous groups along potential pipeline routes plan to fight the Alberta government project.
The so-called consultation declaration on the part of Premier Smith is bogus. Our groups are already beginning to mobilize for the battle.
The Union of British Columbia Indian Chiefs, which represents 135 First Nations, is against the idea. So too is a group of coastal nations, including one that stretches to Prince Rupert, one of the potential pipeline destinations.
I work collaboratively with our hereditary chiefs who are the title holders, and our mandate from the title holders is that there will be no crude oil pipeline within our territory.
I think once people understand what's in front of them, what the opportunities are, especially the opportunity of lifting themselves and their quality of life to a better quality of life than they've ever had before, I think people will think about things a little differently.
Alberta is also calling for the West Coast tanker ban to be lifted, insisting transport of oil is much safer now than it was just a few years ago. And while there are clear challenges, there is some support in BC.
We're for responsible development of our natural resources. We know it can be done safely. We know it can be done with environmental protection.
And the CEO of one of the Alberta companies supporting the proposal says the majority of Canadians will benefit from another pipeline to the West Coast.
Not everybody is going to be 100% on side with all these projects, regardless of what project is. That's just not the way of any modern society. I mean, some people will like them, some people won't.
Tim Brooke, CTV News, Calgary.
Danielle Savoni joins us now from the South Health Campus with our first look at the weather.
Cam, yes, I'm at the Women's Cardiovascular Health Clinic to talk about the Calgary Hospital Home Lottery, and I'm going to have a little more detail on that for you in just a second. But before we get to that, yes, a little weather talk, and we've been spoiled, haven't we? We've had some toasty temperatures, and the toasty temperatures will continue into tomorrow. Lots of sunshine for tomorrow, a high of 19 expected. I think the key thing to know about tomorrow is layer up, because it will be chilly in the morning, just those single digits. So 7 degrees at 8 a.m. Outside of that, a beautiful day. Take advantage of it, because things will be cooler and a little darker for parts of the weekend. I'll have those details for you a little later in the show. But first, midnight tomorrow is the bonus prize deadline in the Hospital Home Lottery. You could win the Mercedes and Malta bonus prize, or take $150,000 cash. Get your tickets before midnight tomorrow at calgaryhospitalhomelottery.com.
Danielle, thank you. Still to come, taking notice of the ongoing labor disputes in Alberta, from teachers on the verge of striking to healthcare workers rallying over their employment conditions.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
The union representing thousands of police officers in Calgary is choosing sides in the upcoming municipal election. The Calgary Police Association is supporting the community's first pledge to add more officers. Jordan Canagan reports.
Standing alongside community's first candidates, the president of Calgary's police union. For the first time in Calgary's history, a political endorsement by rank-and-file police officers.
The board of the Calgary Police Association has taken the unprecedented step of endorsing these 10 candidates for office.
The candidates, including Sonia Sharp for mayor, now have the backing of the organization overseeing more than 2,300 sworn members. If elected, the party pledging to add 500 additional new officers over 4 years.
Calgary's cop-to-population ratio used to be amongst the highest in Canada. Right now is concerningly low. This is an urgent issue that needs to be fixed quickly.
Public safety is a top election issue, and the Chamber of Commerce says 74% of businesses say the city needs to do more.
It impacts their ability to attract labor. It impacts their ability to attract customers. They're often left paying for damages, and overall are impacted by the level of vibrancy.
Other mayoral candidates agree and have different approaches to tackling the issue.
There's certain issues like reopening the downtown police station, which we absolutely need to move on. We also need to crack down on the repeat violent offenders.
Really putting forward a task force to bring all of our 3 levels of government together, all of our policing agencies, as well as how do we bring together community wraparound care.
But the solutions cost money. It would be more than $50 million to add 500 more officers on the streets. There was no plan offered for where the money would come from to pay for more officers, or where the new recruits could be found.
We have to become, as we once were, the police service of choice in Canada for potential recruits.
Jordan Cadigan, CTV News, Calgary.
Amazon is planning to hire 700 employees for the holiday season in Calgary. Hiring will start this month and continue through December and will include positions at fulfillment centers, sortation centers, and delivery stations. Amazon also announced it's increasing the average hourly wage to over $24 an hour, which is up about 4% from last year. The company is hiring 7,000 seasonal jobs across Canada. Well, thousands of medical workers employed by AHS rallied in Alberta today, demanding a new contract to meet their terms. As Stephanie Thomas reports, some human resources experts say it's significant that both education and health workers are in labor discussions.
The Health Sciences Association of Alberta, or HSAA, held a Day of Unity rally.
To show our unity and our strength and solidarity at 11 different sites across the entire province.
In Calgary, medical professionals gathered in front of the Sheldon Schumer and the Foothill Centres. Of the 30,000 members, 22,000 are employed by Alberta Health Services. Members rejected the latest offer from the province on September 10th.
Hey, we're used to just caring for people. We're used to just caring for our patients. We're not used to having to do this.
The union represents paramedics, counselors, diagnostic imaging experts, hospital pharmacists, and more. Rallygoers say they want conditions to improve to benefit patients.
And if they're going to be here, we need more staff, more supports, and more pay to acknowledge the work that we're doing.
This is a real problem. We're working short-staffed, longer hours for less pay.
And we just don't feel like we get the respect from the Premier and from the rest of our government for the work that we do.
A statement from the Ministry of Treasury Board and Finance says, we are committed to reaching a fair and fiscally responsible agreement that supports healthcare workers and protects taxpayers. Members of the NDP opposition are doubtful.
We shouldn't be viewing healthcare as an expense. Healthcare is an investment in our people.
One organized labor expert says it's significant that many large unions are in the midst of contract negotiations, in some cases, even job action.
Healthcare and then also education. I mean, those are the things that that are important, that are personal, that are emotional to all Albertans.
She adds that for many unionized employees, this is a significant moment to ask for what they want. Stephanie Thomas, CTV News, Calgary.
The HSAA's rejected deal included a 12% salary increase over 4 years. Danielle's up next with her Skywatch forecast. We have another warm one on the way, then it cools off for the weekend. Details next.
All right, well, Mother Nature has certainly been spoiling us so far this month. That is, of course, if you like these warmer temperatures, because it's been very mild for the start of fall, the start of October. And we're looking at another mild day tomorrow as well, much like what we had today. So today we got up to 18 degrees in the city, 18 as well in Edmonton, 24 in Regina, 25 in Thunder Bay. So that more excessive heat, I guess you could say, has been pushed off to the east. But we're still doing quite well here with regards to some toasty temperatures, and we can expect a similar thing for tomorrow. Looking at radar and satellite, we still have that flow out of the southwest, which the mountains are eating up the moisture at this point anyway, but we've been getting some of the cloud cover, and that will be somewhat of the story for tomorrow. So in Calgary, we likely won't see a whole lot of cloud cover for tomorrow, but for the far south, we are looking at some cloud cover, Lethbridge over to Medicine Hat, and even in the far, far southeast corner, a little bit of rain is possible tomorrow as well. The key thing for Calgary and for all of southern Alberta for tomorrow is that we're looking at a quiet day tomorrow, toasty temperatures once again, but by tomorrow night, as you can see, this is a shot at 10 o'clock tomorrow, we are looking at a cold front sweeping through. That's going to bring in some cloud cover, and it's going to spark up some instability as well, and it's going to usher in a cooler air mass that you will certainly notice for the weekend. The other thing is because of this cooler air mass, we are looking at, for high elevations, Lake Louise, over to Jasper, even down to higher elevations, not Banff town site, but higher than that. We are looking at wet snow possible with this as well, especially in the overnight hours and through parts of Friday with this. Everywhere else, it's a rain event. Down QE2, in through Calgary, and down through the far south as well. So to put in perspective, tomorrow in the city, mainly sunny skies, cloud cover increasing closer to the supper hours. The winds will start to pick up as well as that cold front starts to approach. But we should still have a high of 19 for tomorrow. So still a warm day for tomorrow. The cold front swipes through tomorrow night, and then that cooler air mass arrives for Saturday and Sunday. So you can see daytime highs 11 degrees for Saturday, just 9 for Sunday. And because of that cold front and the instability, we are looking at showers possible on and off for Saturday as well. Midnight tomorrow is the bonus prize deadline in the hospital home lottery. You could win the Mercedes and Malta bonus prize or take $150,000 cash. Get your tickets before midnight tomorrow at calgaryhospitalhomelottery.com.
All right, Danielle, thank you. Many see their pets as a cherished family member, but a Calgary shelter is seeing a drop in people coming to claim their lost dogs. How you can help. Calgary Animal Services say less people are picking up their lost dogs, swelling the number of animals it's caring for. Well, this weekend, it's hoping Calgarians will open their hearts to a new furry member.
Calgary Animal Services says it has too many dogs in its cages. Right now, there are 75, meaning they're maxed out.
It's pretty uncomfortable with the number of dogs we currently have.
To free up space, it's hosting a dog adoption event this weekend, giving families a chance to welcome a new pet at a significant savings.
Our regular price is $225, and even that is a great value. When you get the dog and all of that added value included, our priority right now is to find these dogs a great home.
All the animals at Calgary Animal Services are strays, but staff say they've seen a drastic drop in owners coming to claim their pets.
We've impounded over 1,000 dogs already in 2025, and a return to owner rate, so the number of dogs that have been reunited with their owner, is 66%. 10 short years ago, we returned over 90% of our dogs with their owners.
We have also seen an increase in the number of animals being abandoned, almost as a form of surrender, and it is very much so illegal to abandon your animal.
The Calgary Humane Society is one agency Animal Services counts on to take overflow animals, but right now it too is packed to the rafters.
We've been full, particularly with dogs coming into the fall. September is always a difficult month for us for adoptions, and so right now we have 27 dogs available for adoption.
Unlike Animal Services, which only houses strays, the Humane Society accepts surrenders. Fitzsimmons says those have steadily increased in large part due to financial strain and a lack of pet-friendly rental accommodations. Kevin Green, CTV News, Calgary.
The city's dog adoption event runs October 2nd to 4th at the Animal Services Center. All right, that's it for us here at CTV News at 11:30. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.